Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about why it's a bad idea to invest your money right now into Scarlet and Violet. So there might be people that are going to disagree with me because of this reasoning. They're going to say that right now, Scarlet and Violet isn't really popular, so all these booster boxes are really cheap. Just like Sword and Shield, early on in Sword and Shield, a lot of the booster boxes like Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike were really cheap. So right now is the time to buy all these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes because in 2 or 3 years of time, they're going to go out of print and it's just going to be like Sword and Shield where all these booster boxes shoot up in price, right? Well, in my opinion, that's like the right idea. You want to buy these booster boxes as cheap as you can, and some of these Sword and Shield or some of these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are pretty cheap. However, I feel like there's a couple factors people aren't really taking into consideration when they're saying this stuff. First one being is opportunity cost. So, in basic terms, that means what you give up to get something else. So, let's say, for example, you decide to buy a Scarlet and Violet base set booster box instead of Battle Styles booster box. So, your opportunity cost there is the Battle Styles booster box. So, that's just an example if you don't know what opportunity cost means. So, why do I even bring that up? Scarlet and Violet right now, like I said, isn't not that popular right now, obviously. I mean, you're going to see when I show you all these Scarlet and Violet sets, for the most part, all these booster boxes, if anything, are stagnant or going down in price. So right now, I just feel like isn't the time because if you were to spend money right now buying some of these booster boxes, you're wasting time because let's say you spend, I don't know, $500 buying some booster boxes, and let's say in a year from now, none of them go up in value. In that year time, you could have bought a different booster box, like let's say, for example, Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies booster box, whatever. Let's say you spent the money right now, in a year time, I bet you that Sword and Shield booster box, whatever you picked, like a good set like Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, Lost Origin, whatever, would have gone up way more in value than any of these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. So that's why I want to talk about opportunity cost, which I'm going to talk about more later. The second thing, and I feel like this is a big one that no one is really talking about or thinking about when they say that right now, is the time to buy all these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes because they're really cheap. Scarlet and Violet is not like Sword and Shield at all. Sword and Shield came out in a different time when Pokemon was booming. It's really popular and there's a lot of good sets, and the pull rates weren't as easy as they are now. Scarlet and Violet is just not as popular as Sword and Shield. I feel like you can't really compare that, Scarlet and Violet is going to do the same thing as Sword and Shield, where all these sets were really not really that popular when they came out, and then later they got super popular. I feel like that's really not the case, especially in an era where just in general Pokemon is just kind of going downhill in terms of popularity. If anything, people are probably exiting the hobby more than coming in. So I feel like the future for these Scarlet and Violet sets are kind of uncertain. I feel like history doesn't always repeat itself. Like obviously Sword and Shield, these booster boxes are really going up in price versus back then they were kind of stagnant. Some of these booster boxes were going down the low 80s, and now they're like in the 200s. I feel like with Scarlet and Violet you can't really say that's going to happen again. I feel like it was just a different scenario. Now obviously I could be wrong with that, but I just feel like right now it's just kind of too early to tell, so I would kind of wait to buy some of these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes and instead spend your money somewhere else. So let's go through these Scarlet and Violet sets pretty quickly because I feel like there's not really much to say about these. First of all, Scarlet and Violet base, I mean, this Miram card just keeps going down in price. It's only $25. I mean, base sets are known to be not that great, but I mean, it's only $25, and I feel like this artwork is really nice, but obviously, it's not the hardest card to pull out there. So, this card only being $25, you can see the price of the booster box isn't that expensive. It's only $88. It's been this price for so long now. Definitely, if you bought this box, I don't know, like 4 months ago, I think it was probably the same price unless you got it on Black Friday or something last year. But this has pretty much stayed stagnant, as you can see here. It really hasn't done anything. Next, Paldea Evolved. Now, this is one of the kind of anomalies of Scarlet and Violet. This Magikarp card has really gone up in price. And you see that, with the booster box, it has actually also gone up in price, which is kind of weird for a Scarlet and Violet booster box right now. It's gone up, like maybe, I don't know, like $15 or so. And yeah, you can see it's gone up a lot. I don't really know why. I'm guessing maybe it has to do something with the competitive scene. I'm not really sure. Like I've told you guys before, I don't play the game, so I know nothing about it. But that's the only thing I could think about. But yeah, it's gone up a good amount, which is why I feel like that's the only driving factor really of this box going up. Because if you actually see the next card or the next most expensive card in the set, it really hasn't done anything. So it must have to do with just the Magikarp card. But that's just a guess. Next is Obsidian Flames. Now this is the only set that I actually invested money to in Scarlet and Violet. I have a case of Obsidian Flame booster boxes. I honestly just bought it because it was really cheap at the time. I kind of regret buying it because I could have spent that money somewhere else. But you can see this set is kind of a dud. Yes, it has Charizard cards, but the artwork is so dead in this set. Yeah, this was honestly a mistake on my part buying it because opportunity cost. I could have bought it to buy some Sword and Shield booster boxes. I could have done way better with, but I had the booster boxes. But you can see the set isn't that good. There's really no expensive cards in here, and you can see the popularity of the set. It just really isn't there. It's just been stagnant. Next is 151. Now 151 is kind of a caveat in my opinion, to what I'm saying, where like I wouldn't really invest into any of these sets. I feel like 151 is pretty popular, and I feel like a lot of people do open the set up, and it's just one of those sets I feel like, if anything, out of all these Scarlet and Violet sets that are out right now, I feel like this is one of them that is going to go up in price a lot quicker than some of the other ones. Just because this is like a 151 set and it's kind of nostalgic or whatever, and the artwork is really nice in the set compared to some other sets in the Scarlet and Violet era. And you can see the Elite Trainer box. There's no booster boxes because this is a specialty set. Has actually gone up in value, and you can see here it's gone up. I mean, only $10 in 3 months, but for the Scarlet and Violet era, this is actually something. 151 is just one of those sets I know is going to do good. So who really knows when this is really going to start going up in price? So I would say this is actually not a bad pickup right now if you can get a good deal. So one of the caveats I would say. Next, Paradox Rift. Now this is none of the ones that are kind of weird because the top card in the set is actually going down in value. Before I talk about that, you can see it has gone up a little bit in price. Now obviously it's not that much. It's what, like $7, which is not a lot. But you can see it's kind of weird because the top card in the set has actually gone down in value over time. But there's a couple cards actually going up in value, like the Iron Hand, which is the second most expensive card in the set, has actually jumped up in value. Also, the Groudon has also jumped up in value. It must have to do something with the competitive scene because I don't really know anything about it, but it has gone up a little bit, which is kind of, rare to see. Next is Paldean Fates. Now, Paldean Fates, you guys know, I have the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes of the set. Now, the top card has actually gone down in value, the Charizard EX, yeah, you can see that, with the cards going down in value, it's stagnant just like, most of the other sets. Next, we have Temporal Forces. Now, some people were saying, I'm pretty sure hearing, the set was actually decent compared to some of the other ones, but I don't know, just something about the Scarlet and Violet era. I don't really like the artwork in these sets, and just the Pokemon that's in them, like Iron Crown, Raging Bolt, like, I don't know, these just, in my opinion, is just, I don't like the style of they're going for, in my opinion, with Scarlet and Violet. That's why I kind of hold off on some of these sets, and you can see this booster box really hasn't done much at all. It's just gone down in value since it's come out. So now I wanted to talk about some of these Sword and Shield sets to further emphasize what I mean by opportunity cost. If you were deciding to buy some of the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes instead of some of these Sword and Shield booster boxes. So first here you can see Chilling Reign. This booster box in the past 3 months has really gone up a lot. You can see it was around a 170, now it's at 220, so it's around $50 in 3 months. Yes, it has gone up a lot since then, so you might be wondering, did I miss the boat? I feel like there's still a lot of opportunity left in some of these booster boxes that are still going to really go up in price. So even though, yes, this has gone up a lot in just, a short amount of time, I feel like it's just going to keep going up, so this shouldn't really scare you of buying these booster boxes. And you can see here, also following, the trend of the booster box price, the cards in the set are going up a lot in value as well. So Fusion Strike, another one of the sets, the cards really have gone up in price, and so has the booster box. You can see here just 3 months ago it was at 155, and now it's around 244, even more than Chilling Reign. And you can see, the same trend that these cards have really shot up in value. So yeah, this still shouldn't scare you, but it should show you that how popular these sets are, and it's just going to keep going up in value. Next, Brilliant Stars. So Brilliant Stars is one of those sets where the booster boxes just went out of stock not too long ago. And the booster box has gone up in price since then because, the booster box price was cheapest at the Pokemon Center. It was actually below the market price, but now that's out of stock, you can only really buy it at market price. So the booster box is going to continue to go up, and you can see that, it has done that. And also, you can also see that, the top card in the set has actually also gone up in value with the trend of the booster box. Now, another set, that has recently also, just gone out of stock on the Pokemon Center website is Lost Origin. Lost Origin, you can see the Giratina has shot up a lot in value since, it's gone up, out of stock. You can see here, this is when it went out of stock. You can see this big bump here. And look at this. You can see that it's gone up a ton in just a short amount of time. So these are just some examples just to show you how popular these Sword and Shield sets are. And, these booster boxes, some of them have gone up a lot in just a short amount of time. Yes, so you might be thinking now, I missed the boat, so, it's no point of buying these because these booster boxes have really got up in price and, it's just too expensive now. I'm telling you, Sword and Shield is a different era. These booster boxes and these just sets in general are just really popular, way more popular than Scarlet and Violet. And I just feel like now if you're thinking about missing the boat now, just wait until a year from now and look at these booster box prices again. I'm telling you, this is just the start. There's still some other sets like Silver Tempest still in stock on the Pokemon Center website. You can still get them, and I just feel like this is just kind of the last call to buy some of these at a decent price, because I'm telling you, in about a year from now, you're going to see these booster box prices. You can come back to this video in a year from now if this channel is still up, And you're going to see that these booster boxes, this is just the start of the price. So 200, don't be scared of 200, even 300. It's going to go up a lot more than that. So what do you guys think in the comments below? Am I right, or do you think differently? Do you think that, right now is the time to buy Scarlet and Violet booster boxes, and right now, you've missed the boat on some of these Sword and Shield sets? Let me know in the comments what you think below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.